that he made. Tyrese calls out artists for gigantic antics 5 months after pubic hair stunt. All right. But shouts to 𝗏𝗲𝗄𝗧.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right. I don't even know that, which is fine. I don't even need to.
Yeah,
we
no.
don't need to go there. But
not hip to that one.
He was taking care of his lady in a special way.
I see.
Okay. He was with making sure she was had a clean house.
Gotcha.
Just Medicare.
Medicare.
She had a clean house.
Yeah.
But I think he made something along the lines of the thing that I want to kind of bring up is his conversation about, I remember when I saw the headline. I don't know if this was a headline or where I saw it at, but it was something along the lines of back when people were famous for talent rather than their antics. And even if he didn't say any of this, it doesn't really matter. My question is this: has anybody ever, when has talent had anything to do with popularity?
Most of the time it doesn't.
Like it's never the whole thing. Never the driving force.
Not even like half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, if it was just about talent, we would talk about 𝐊𝐄𝐃𝐒 a lot more than we talk about Ariana Grande.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? If you're just going to talk about singing talent, or we talk about, if it was just about being able to rap, we'd have talked about, somebody, we talk
Black
more.
Thought would be more than just the rapper / host on a night show.
Yeah. People wouldn't have to be surprised when Black Thought blacked out literally with that Funk Master Flex freestyle. Yeah. And then all of a sudden be like, hey, who was this Black Thought guy? You mean the guy that's been giving you classic verses for 25 years? Yeah, that's who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So there's always been an extra component as far as publicity, goofiness that has, like, I watched, of all things, there was the making of a hit. It was about this thing they did about the song "Who Let the Dogs Out" of all songs, but it was just like nothing against those guys, but they really had to like catch lightning in a bottle and do something a little bit goofy and take something that had already been established, because that's "Who Let the Dogs Out" was actually a sort of a flip or a remake, if you will. Yeah, and so like, and then they're like, instead of taking it to program directors, they took it to all the teams at the Major League Baseball teams, and had it be the walk-up music.
Licensed it.
And it wasn't even licensed. It was just like, oh, you're going to, every night, Who Let the Dogs Out is going to play for 50,000 people in this baseball stadium. So eventually, that's how they were able to get the song on, Z100 in New York, because it was it was a big song at the Yankees and the Mets games. And so people were like, hey, what is this song? And they were calling so it had nothing to, like, the people who actually programmed radio were like, no, this is trash.
I have Tyrese's quote here. Everything has become one gigantic antic. Award shows, social media, and life feels like one gigantic antic. I miss the days when popularity was actually based on talent, all caps, hit records and hit movies. So I will sit back like most and continue to watch the hit shows. I guess it's all entertainment, right? Lol.
Look, the biggest movie, the movie that usually wins all the Oscars is never like the blockbuster movie.
It's never the best one.
Something like
we talk about Beck all the time.
The English Patient, or some mess like, something that
Beck is consistent.
I don't know. I just remember one year, like, this movie called Out of Africa. It's some stuff that you probably had never even seen, but the critics were all over it.
Driving Miss Daisy beat out Glory.
Yeah, and in the same year, in the same year where Do the Right Thing wasn't even nominated.
Yeah.
So
come on, man.
Don't
we talking about
award
talent.
Shows are antics just in of themselves.
I mean, I think
we're talking about talent, though.
I think a lot of it had to do with biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. Shout out to Major 7.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the biggest part of Glory.
Exactly. But even Jay-Z said, if lyrics sold, which equates to talent, lyrically, I'd be 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏 𝗂𝗏. But I sold 5 million. I ain't been rhyming like common sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He might have jumped the gun on that Talib Kweli line.
He might have because
Oh, yeah.
his track record may not have been as good, but I mean, he said that in what 2003.
I mean, Get By
Yeah,
was the song at that point.
So I mean,
Reflection Eternal was still fresh in people's minds.
I don't really remember when talent, you know what I'm saying, was the forefront of popularity.
Michael Jackson.
I mean, he was popular and talented though.
Man, Prince.
Popular and talented.
Right. You know what I mean?
But there's always, look, we see, and this is
I mean,
where
the Beatles was more popularity than talent.
Yeah, definitely.
in the beginning, yes, you'll definitely say that. It was just like, hey, look at these.
I mean, they turned into great musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Look at these.
But,
cute
Quincy
kids.
Jones still kill Ringo Starr on the drums. So.
Yeah.
well, I mean, rightfully
But-
so.
You know, I just think now, I think the spectacle is more the thing. Like, I don't want to diss like Lady Gaga, but like now everybody is trying to do their especially female artists. They're trying to do their own version like of Lady Gaga when they between the MTV Awards, which were on Sunday, and then like the Met Gala.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody asked me, is like, what is the theme of the Met Gala? And because I'm old, I just look at the pictures and I'm like, foolishness. You know, because it's like, all right, what are you really trying to prove here? You know, it's
Then
all
I can pay
about
somebody a whole bunch of money to put on a monkey suit, essentially.
yeah, and it's all about the spectacle. You know, because you're just trying to one up the next person, not through your singing ability.
Did y'all see how popular Megan Thee Stallion's feet was?
No.
No, I
Oh.
missed that.
Yeah, it's hammer time, Jack.
Oh, for real, she got Eddie Murphy would have.
yeah, he would
like.
she would have got kicked out the penthouse.
Oh man, that's, you know, I mean, you can't have everything, baby.
Nah, he
But
can't.
but I think that it really is now. Like, I was gonna take it down to just female entertainers, but it's for everybody now. Everybody got to show up
Women
and just do
entertainers.
whatever. Hey, it's all. Hey, look at me. Even if they're not talented.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you're good enough at the hey, look at me, you don't have to be talented. But
No,
you know
you
what?
don't.
There's always been an aspect of that. I remember when Cher, like everybody wanted to talk about Lady Gaga. I remember when Cher used to show up in real wild
Her
outfits,
black
like
cheeks used to be out before Princess was.
exactly, like you know, and she was doing Moonstruck or whatever, you know, winning actual awards. But it was just like there
She's
is
Rocky Dennis's mama.
oh wow. Once again, if you had cable in the 80s, that's a movie that came on all. Was it Mask?
Mask, yeah.
Yeah, that's a movie that came on just all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shout out to Rocky Dennis. Let me stop.
Gar.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think that's where that's not just where we are now. That's where we've been for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I mean, you guys think that it's going to change?
No.
Especially now with social media at the forefront of everything. I mean, literally, you can make a TikTok video or Instagram post tomorrow and be on because it was a popular post. It went viral, essentially.
Yeah.
There's people making money off of going viral and being popular. Now, who's to say that they'll stick around till next year, capitalize on that moment? That's all you can do.
He's just salty. Like, I think it's nice when the cameras and everything, all the focus is on you. But now that he's not like A-list or doing anything now anymore outside
And
of
he got the Fast and
Furious, yeah, he's not even a focal point in that. So it's just like, I just think he's bitter. Like,
Man,
I don't think he's bitter.
You
He
better
just-
get that check and be cool.
Look, he comes from a different era, and he just got to get with the look. Tyrese is whatever you got to say about his personal life and the goofy stuff that he's done in the last few years.
there's
Like
been a lot.
the whole "what more do you want from me" and all that.
Oh, that was him. That's right.
I just want my baby.
Tyrese is a good singer,
He is.
and you know what? He's
He
a
did. This
good.
is how we do it, right?
Here you go. Here you
And he
go.
also is a good actor.
Yeah, he's a good singer. Unfortunately, he just didn't have a Confessions,
Monsters.
unfortunately. But he got some
He was good in
he
Four
got some good
Brothers.
stuff.
I'm sorry in that.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
was good. He did a movie called Annapolis. Like, you know, he has a nice body of work. I'm not going to say he doesn't.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that when it's shining on someone else, like, you can't get mad because you were getting that same treatment and same attention, like making all the movies.
Yeah, and the thing is, things move quickly. Something will happen for Tyrese, and all of a sudden he's going to be back in front of, like, he's got some Marvel movie like Morbius. I don't know about Morbius. It's like
Nope.
I didn't understand why they would make a whole movie. It was like some vampire that exists in the Spider-Man universe.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I remember.
He's in that.
Yeah, like, and so they did like 2 of those movies already.
Yeah.
You know, and so like what is say Morbius is a hit, and all of a sudden he's on those red carpets again.
But it ain't even like
what's he gonna say?
It ain't even like
He gonna
not
be right back.
fighting.
He gonna be right there with them same people who he says are doing.
It's
the goofy.
not even like you can't sit there and tell me that Tyrese does not get invited to these events.
I know
whether
he does.
whether he goes or not is a different thing. But I mean, he's not a B-list celebrity.
No, dog was in Transformers.
Yeah,
movies.
he's been in some great
Yeah,
movies.
but that was how many years ago?
And franchises. I mean, the last Fast and the Furious hasn't even been out a year yet.
Yeah, it's still in a movie theater.
Yeah.
Even before that, he was. I mean, I feel like he was falling out of good graces with them anyway. Because
they was mad. They was mad at The Rock. They was mad at The Rock because The Rock.
They
did his
had
own
Hobbs
thing.
and Shaw.
This
Yeah,
thing going on.
I mean, we talking about The Rock though. The Rock excels at everything he does in
Right, but
life. He's just one of
you see the
those
trend?
anomalies.
When somebody bigger and better comes along, he gets like he's always got to put up he's on social media. That shit.
like somebody just needs to say Tyrese.
He just want his baby.
That's just all it is. But yeah, it's not. Look, talent has always been. If you're talking about a pie, talent
What
has
kind of pie?
an apple pie.
Okay.
Okay, if you're talking about an apple pie, sweet potato pie, just depending who's listening. We know
That's a zero.
however you like to get down.
that.
It's pumpkin pie season.
They had pumpkin spice
and all that
Man,
good
I
stuff.
love that.
Anyway,
Talent has always been the smallest sliver to the pie when it comes to somebody's success.
Yeah.
All right, it's marketing, it's promotion, it's public relations, it's who can get
Image.
you on what screen and what jacket you're going to wear. You know, like I said, I came in here a few weeks ago and talked about the singer 𝗀𝗲𝗄 𝗀𝗲. Like, if that was just talent, and if it was just about the quality of music, we'd talk about her and we'd hear about her all the time.
Yeah.
But we don't, because like, she doesn't have that machine. She probably just, does her
She
music
also
and
is
goes
from
home.
across the pond too.
That too.
And
But
so she might be a little more popping over there versus over here.
yeah, I mean, but when it was Amy Winehouse's turn, and when she was, unfortunately, we got all into the fact that she had real problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people related to her on that end, on top of the fact that she was extremely talented. So there's, once again, we always find the talent if there's a machine behind it.
Yeah,
for sure. If
There's a machine behind it.
exactly, because there has to be a machine.
yeah,
Because we've even talked about like image and how people portray these artists and things like that. Somebody like remember even an LL Cool J song, what was it, Doing It? Where the chick that's actually doing the verse.
LaShawn.
Yeah, she's not even in the video or anything based on image. So the person that had the talent isn't even getting propelled or put on a pedestal. They're putting someone else in that person's place. I think the same thing happened with like Kelly Price at one point in time before she kind of broke through the ceiling.
Well, the perfect example is Martha Walsh. She was in this group with the Weather Girls talking about It's Raining Men, but like she was the voice on, take you back a little ways when we talk about CNC Music Factory, Gonna Make You Sweat.
Yeah.
That was her voice.
Oh, yeah.
But then they found a model named Zelma Davis to be in the video. But then they did the same thing with this group called Black Box, and they had a song called Strike It Up. They found
that was the same.
And it was the same voice.
It's the same voice. All them jock jams is the same person.
It's the
singing.
same voice.
they kind of they do it differently now because we're in the era when they don't remove people completely. What they'll do is they'll buy the song off of them, or something to that effect. Or they'll get multiple songwriters. That's why where you see Drake doing the stuff that he's doing and a lot of the popular artists. It's just back then they tried to sell it as like this is this person and this other person had like nothing to do with it unless you like Doug,
Yeah.
But nowadays it's like standard.
Yeah.
If you've enjoyed this segment of the New Old Heads podcast, make sure you join our live show every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/newoldheads. You can also catch playback of all of our shows on any podcast app and youtube.com/newoldheads network. And go to newoldheads.com/community to join our Discord.